Hi, this is Luke, 4 Production Expert, and I'm outside Abbey Road Studios in London, which is also the home to Audiomovers. Today I'm heading to Abbey Road Institute Angel Studios, just down the road, to talk to them about LISTENTO. Hi there, so we are in Angel Studios and I'm joined by Mirek and Igor from Audiomovers. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Just a little bit about the background, the partnership with Abbey Road. Can you just talk us through that?
Yeah, so we actually was running a company for roughly 2.5 years when Abbey Road contacted us. They basically said that they like the tool and they use it all the time with their sessions. And they were exploring the, collaboration options. And then when it, baked together, so yeah, it felt natural that, Abbey Road is a known name. They can help us with a lot of things that we actually struggled a little bit.
Great.
So, yeah, and we decided that, we will join the Abbey Road team.
Excellent. I suppose there are lots of tools that do a similar thing at the moment, but Audiomovers really is the one that people use. When you talk to industry people, Audiomovers is probably the one. Have you worked hard to build up those relationships?
So we actually, it all came natural. We tried to make a simple tool, but without compromising audio quality. And it had to be approachable by, anyone who's familiar with DAWs or how to use processing plugins. They could basically run it immediately, more or less. So that's what I think appealed to a lot of people. And, listening it to, it's really easy. You just send the link and, you don't need to do anything, basically. That's a lot of people, I think, find very attractive.
Yeah, it's become like the go-to standard for remote collaboration. And I guess it enables people to do something that even 3 or 4 years ago was actually really quite difficult to do. I remember working on going back to the Lord of the Rings sessions at Abbey Road in the sort of early 2000s. We were using ISDN lines for Peter Jackson down in New Zealand, and we had this horrible video system called the Polygon system, I think it was called. It was just a complete faff, and there was delays, and everything had to be patched in, and it wasn't particularly seamless. Whereas this just kind of makes it plug and play. It's sort of a game changer, yeah.
Just scooting back a little bit, for anyone watching who isn't familiar with the form factor and how LISTENTO actually looks to the user, how would you describe the product, in 1 or 2 sentences?
So basically, the way I would say the way to approach it's a audio streaming service, which can stream in a variety of different formats, including uncompressed PCM up to 32-bit floating points. So it's bit accurate streaming, and then you have different ways of actually getting audio into this service. It in a form of plugin, which everyone's familiar with. We have standalone application that allows you to use any audio input in your system to transmit audio. Recently, we released actually web transmitter that you just log into a website and then it lists all your system available inputs, or you can stream file with just simple drag and drop to the web page. And and to listen, it's even simpler. You just open a link and it plays back
on any laptop or mobile device as well with the web transmitter. It's pretty seamless. It's really
it's true to say that when you speak to people, if you tap some people on the shoulder and say, "Did you know that you can do this?" There are still a few people out there who maybe aren't quite as aware of what is possible now. And on that note, I just wondered, is it just a stereo capability, or can you run multi-channel? Because I know that some people are using it in post workflows. Is that right?
Yeah, it's being used Abbey Road for a lot of film sessions.
Right, okay.
So sort of streaming sort of multi-channel 5.1, 7.1, that sort of thing.
Atmos speaker layout.
Okay, so we're talking beyond 7.1. We're talking height and right.
It's quite an interesting demographic. Kind of it's being used by people making beats in their bedroom right through to kind of like major Hollywood motion pictures, and every demographic in between. So it's quite a broad user base.
That's incredible. And so are we talking, so presumably it's uncompressed for stereo work, is that right? Or do you have an option to kind of, wind in the bandwidth for people who have a, dodgy connection?
Exactly, yeah. So we actually allow like different settings to accommodate for different internet connections. So you can use either uncompressed or compressed audio if you have like limited bandwidth. But another setting that we allow people to use actually to change the latency. So in case if there is a lag in internet and I don't know, you're using mobile internet or something like that, then you can increase the latency and
Nice.
audio will, pass pretty much through any current, internet connection that is available in the world. Yeah.
Well, that is absolutely fascinating, I must say. And I've definitely learned a little bit more about the products as well. So thanks so much for dropping by and telling us all about LISTENTO.
Pleasure.
Head over to the Production Expert blog where you can read our full article, and you can also pick up our story on LISTENTO as well. Thanks very much. Thanks again to the guys.
Cheers.
And we'll see you soon.